direct an episode of the show, and he goes, so when are you doing it? And I was like, oh, I said no. And he goes, you're crazy. Call them back. And I was like, oh, okay. And so thanks to him, I decided to do the first episode, and then I liked it so much that I did the second. But I think I have a lot of opinions, and I'm loud. So I'm a lot like my character in that way. And I guess that it was from that they thought that would be something that I could do well. And I also, the crew was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, they were just so sharp, so.
Was there before you started directing, like before the first date, did you already have in mind, like, okay, I'm going to be this type of director?
Yeah. No, I had been studying and shadowing directors for a year before I actually directed my first episode. No, I knew that the year before that I was going to do the number episode that I did in the time frame that I did, so I literally, like, yeah, I was on set all the time. I was terrified. So I was like, I will not fail.
Were you like, all right, today, the first day, I'm totally going to be like in the Scorsese mindset, and just like,
yeah.
Did you have little like...
So I loved Sidney Lumet.
Okay.
That was, his book on directing was my favorite one, and so I tried to channel him as much as I could.
Now, I mean, it's interesting because, yeah, you cross the line, director or actress, and now going directing. Did people treat you slightly different, or did they welcome you into the fold?
Oh no, they were super. I mean, they treated me differently, I think, in that they spoiled me. Like, I was
really?
I was very.
What is this spoiling? I want to know the...
No, they were just very generous and very, like, welcoming and warm and helpful and friendly, and it was awesome.
Cool.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was funny. I was shooting the scene, or the episode, where Brainiac invades my body. Do you guys remember that episode?
Yeah.
I was in, like, the big wedding dress that was covered in blood with, like, silver eyes and crazy hair, and that was when I was prepping for my episode that I was directing. So I was literally, like, running into meetings, like, looking like this mad woman, like, okay, this is what I want. And they're like, okay. Whatever you say.
I feel like that's the best way to get what you want, right?
Hey, you know what? Just throw some blood on your clothes and rat your hair out, and people take you seriously.
I mean, that's what people should know. Just in case you don't be taken seriously, just sprinkle a little blood.
Yeah.
People will wonder.
I don't know if we should be promoting this.
or ketchup.
What are we saying, John?
But you've been acting for a long time, right?
A really long time.
Was it so young that, like, do you remember, like, oh, I want to be an actress?
No.
Or was it just like, now I'm acting, and then tomorrow's soccer?
Yeah, no way.
And tomorrow's soccer?
No, I never did soccer. I came from a super artsy family, so it was sort of like, if I could kick a soccer ball, my mom put me in dance class.
Oh, okay.
Like, we were, like, sports was not really a part of my household when I was a kid.
Okay.
Or at all now, still, even. So no, I don't remember deciding it. I remember deciding that I wanted to do it for my life when I was, like, 14.
Okay.
And because my mom was like, don't you want to be a makeup artist? Don't you want to be, like, something that's more, like, not so unpredictable and, you know.
Is that what attracted you to it? You're like,
No, I think I think there were a couple of things I loved about it. I think I loved the attention. I was kind of a ham, and I loved the art of it. Like, I loved the concept of, like, spending your life creating different lives and really getting to, like, live inside of different people's skin. That was exciting to me.
And I find that actually really commendable because, you know, you do have that side of, like, okay, I'm an actress, I'm just searching for fame and beauty, then people will sprinkle me with money. But then I'm a working actor. I'm here for the craft. Yeah. I want to become something.
Yeah.
And were you taking classes? Were there lessons you learned that you still have today?
Yeah, and I actually teach now.
Oh, that's even amazing.
Yeah, I have a conservatory that I started last year, and that's one of the things that we teach, is that there's a difference between the craft of acting and then the commercialism of it.
Yeah.
I think it gets lost. I saw him and I was just like, hamana. Like, he's incredibly charismatic and even better looking in person, and he loves, he's, like, very interested in people, so there's something very magnetic about that quality. And I saw him in the gym. It was very embarrassing. At the moment, I was not fit. And I was like, I'm going to get in shape for this show. And it was like a week before we started filming. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea, Allison. But I marched down into the gym as though I was going to do something fierce, and I walked in, and there was Tom, like working on his abs, and I was like, ah! And I had seen his picture. I was just like, what are you doing? And so then I was like, well, I'm going to do something impressive too. So I jumped on the treadmill, but I didn't run. So I started running, and it was like, I was like 5 minutes on 8, and I was kind of like doing this by the end, and I was like, all right, this isn't working, so I'm just going to go talk to him. And I did. And I was like, hi, it's nice to meet you. And I couldn't catch my breath, and he just stared down at me, kind of like this. And then at the end of my phrase, I don't even remember what I said to him, he goes, oh, you're perfect for Chloe. And I was like, I know what that means. Thanks.
It's like at that moment, like, Chloe who?
I know. Yeah.
So, where did you guys have like a hangout place while in Smallville? Because I'm assuming we were all pretty close.
You know what, we worked together so much that when we had time off, we had time off.
Yeah.
I mean, Kristen was one of my best friends and still is a very close friend of mine, and so we spent a lot of time together. And we traveled together on our off time and stuff like that. But the rest of the cast, we were pretty independent because we were tired.
Yeah, sorry about the last time.
I know that you voiced Power Girl in the DC animated series. Mm-hmm. Would you ever jump at the chance to play a live action Power Girl?
Jump at the chance. Not if I have to wear that outfit. That's intense, man. That's like no cappuccinos for a month.
And who can survive like that?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
You with the phone.
Yes, sir. When you directed Smallville,
yes.
Did the other actors that directed before you, like John Schneider and Tom Welling and all them, did they give you tips what to do?
Yes, lots. John, not so much because John wasn't on the show when I was directing.
Okay.
But Tom definitely, and Michael definitely. Yeah, Michael actually wasn't on the show when I was directing either, but he just loves to give advice. So. He's great.
Hey, you missed something.
Okay, so I don't know really how to phrase this one.
All right.
So I was being on Chloe is in the comic book.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask, I'm sure there was some type of sort of research, but how did that impact your way of taking Chloe on? I mean, because there was nothing to really pull from, so you kind of had to create it. You did it so well. And how did that work for you? How did you go about
Creating the character? I mean, first of all, it was weird and crazy and cool and awesome when they made me a proper comic book character. I was like, wow, that's an ego boost. and the fact that from now on, if anybody ever plays Chloe Sullivan, it will be in my likeness. But Chloe really was like an amalgamation of Lois and me, and then whatever the show needed. I mean, we needed comic relief. We needed somebody who was smart, and we needed somebody who could bridge the gap between our version of the legend and the actual legend. And Chloe just kind of fit that bill perfectly, and she really kind of morphed into, eventually Watchtower, which was super cool. But it started out we needed a smart, sassy, funny sidekick character. And that was either going to be Chloe or it was going to be Pete Ross. But I won. And did you have a second question? Oh, was it? Sorry, I didn't mean for it to be.
Favorite season and why?
What was my favorite season and why?
Favorite service?
They all and they all kind of run together, to be honest. It's hard to say. I kind of do it by hairstyle.
So I was like, what's your favorite hairstyle and why?
Yeah, totally. I'm like, it was before or after I had the Christmas tree hair. So yeah, I don't know. I liked the later seasons. I liked seasons 5 on, because my storyline got a lot more interesting. I liked it when Aaron Ashmore was around, and I liked it when Justin Hartley was around. Those were really fun seasons. Because I had person stuff to do. It wasn't just exposition, which was fun. So, yeah. Yeah, no, cool.
Okay, good.
Hey,
Good. All right, you missed.
Oh,
Yep.
hello.
Yep.
Hi.
So I have been a fan of Smallville since I was 12, since
Yeah.
the show started, and I absolutely love you and your character.
Thank
but
you.
I have a super girly question to ask.
Yes?
Okay. Your favorite love interest?
Yes.
You have a choice. Clark, Doomsday, or Jimmy Olsen? Go.
Favorite love interest,
Yeah,
like,
personal.
favorite, okay, let's
But out
get
of
a
those
little
three-
bit more detail.
Out of those three that you listed?
Yes.
So like favorite person to work with, favorite storyline,
like
favorite.
someone that you would date personally.
Oh,
Someone I would date.
Like if they're in another dimension.
Allison,
Embarrassing.
Allison, now it's getting real.
I know, right? Wow.
And then why? That's a two-part question, just one part.
Super shy feeling.
Take all of them.
I know, right? Take them all home. for
Let's have a
different
vote.
reasons. I literally don't know how to answer that.
Can I answer that? No,
Yeah,
I don't know if I
I
can.
know, right?
Because I feel Doomsday was
Yeah.
cool.
Sam Witwer, he's great. I don't know. I mean, why do I feel like that's weird?
But you don't have to if you're not ready, because I know
Yeah.
TMZ will be on that.
Tweeting it out, all of a sudden like a phone call from somebody. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they were all delicious for different reasons.
That is
You know,
the perfect word.
So.
Delicious is the best word to describe something.
Yeah. So I don't know. Can I take all of them?
Yeah, take them all.
Action by the cast when you found out that the Jimmy Olsen who'd been on the show for 3 years wasn't really Jimmy Olsen.
We were like, oh, that's a way to make it work. Okay.
Sure.
I was bummed to see him go. I love working with Aaron. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, Jesse, you know
Without a doubt, the saddest episode for me was Jonathan Kent dying.
Mm.
But you guys worked with John Snyder, so it was sad for me watching the show without him on the show, and I was just watching the show. So,
Yeah.
how about you guys? How did that go with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, you're sort of in the trenches together, so anytime you lose someone, you feel it, and they're never replaced. So anyone from Sam Jones III to John Schneider to Annette O'Toole to John Glover to Michael Rosenbaum and then Kristen Krug, I mean, it was sad to see everybody go.
The second part of this is the episode where Tom Wopat showed
Yeah.
up. Did anybody else get to drive that car?
I don't know, I wasn't there.
Oh, man.
I know, those guys are both motorheads, so they had a good time.
All right.